Representative Paulin Luna speaking right now with the House Republicans. Let's listen in.
Yeah, you're fine. I think everyone hopped off to go to lunch.
Pool's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, first...
Wait. Don't stand in front of the pool, please.
Just first of all, a quick update. President Clinton is being very cooperative. I do want to point out, because I have seen some back and forth in regards to some of the Democrats trying to call in not credible witnesses, and I won't get into the nature of what I've asked the president specifically until after the deposition is over. But to be clear, we've had two individuals, one that accuses President Clinton of unfounded allegations of there being sex tapes, etc., by the name of Sarah Ransom. And there was an individual under the name of Katie Johnson that also had unfounded allegations of rape against our sitting president of the United States, both being claims that did not have evidence for grounds of that. And so just as we wouldn't call in an individual like Sarah Ransom, who we know made up claims, we're not going to do the same thing for President Trump. So I think to be able to bring that up and conflate the two with this investigation is wrong. And I want to be very clear on record. I don't believe that Sarah had valid claims against President Trump in regards to what she was, President Clinton in regards to what she was alleging. Just as I don't believe that there are valid claims against President Trump by the individual of the name of Katie Johnson. What I will say is it has become very evident, even in the last 24 hours in lines of questioning, that Jeffrey Epstein was running an intelligence gathering operation. In my professional opinion, I do believe it was a honeypot operation. And I do believe that there's a list of individuals who did engage in trafficking, were given these plea deals, and I'm going to name those individuals right now. The first one would be Leslie Groff. The second one, Sarah Kellen. The third one, Nadia Markova. And the fourth one, Adriana Ross. All of these women engaged in the trafficking of minors as adults. They were working and complicit with Jeffrey Epstein's operation. And in my opinion, they are not to be given victim status because they did partake in harming young girls. I remember seeing in some of the files, some of these girls were, as young as 10, 11 years old and older. And so obviously we have a lot of work to do, but I did want to come and give an update and let you know that President Clinton, as of right now, is cooperative and answering all of our questions. And that it leads me to believe that if we can remove the partisan nature of this investigation, we actually might be able to get justice. And so I will be calling on the Oversight Committee to bring in those 4 individuals that I just listed. We will continue to conduct the investigation and provide updates shortly for all of you.
What has the former president said to the committee about his interactions with Jeffrey Epstein outside of the state? Thank you.
I can't get into the specifics of the deposition because it's still currently going on. But again, he's being very cooperative, and I think that statement is pretty on point with what we're hearing. We will provide updates as soon as it's over. I don't want to violate the trust that we have right now in the depositions, but I do think that we are at least getting a little bit more of a clearer picture. And I will say I'm not in favor, and if there is a request to bring in an individual who's made false allegations against President Clinton, I will be voting that down in committee, just as I will be voting down any individuals that are brought forward that have made false claims against President Trump. I do think that there is a bit of partisan smear attempts in this whole investigation, but it's important to note that Jeffrey Epstein does have all of the telltale signs of an intelligence gathering operation. I think we all know that. I do believe that because of the people in power and influence, specifically presidents, etc., that he was targeting, that there is an aspect of, foreign governments trying to pit some of us against each other using this topic. And so we're more focused on that, as well as bringing justice to the victims. And there is no justice when traffickers are given plea deals. And so we'll be following up on that as well.
Congressman, I know you said he's being cooperative. Do you believe his statement when he said, I saw nothing and I did nothing
I'm going to go back in, and what I will say is that I don't have any reason to believe right now that he's hiding the ball and everything. He's been pretty transparent.
And is it your belief and or the committee's belief that the former president was targeted by Jeffrey Epstein on behalf of foreign nations?
It is in my opinion, I don't think the opinion of the committee, but I do believe that Jeffrey Epstein was targeting many politicians, many influential people, especially in regards to economic policy, et cetera. And I do believe that it was possible that not just him, but likely Secretary Clinton, as well as a number of other people, were targeted due to an intelligence gathering operation. I think the American people will agree with me on that. But again, I don't want to get into too much of the specifics of the deposition, and I will be able to tell you at least once this is over. And we will be also trying to release those recordings from Secretary's deposition yesterday, as well as President Clinton's as soon as possible. Thank you, guys.
All right, Representative Anna Paulina, they're giving the latest updates right here for you on Live Now from Fox. Again, Representative Anna Paulina Luna giving the latest